Right. Good afternoon, Facebook. So I just want to talk about something that I've seen a fair amount of recently, and that's people who are hiring companies like Lexington Law or National Debt Relief and some other companies that are out there offering these services that deal with credit repair. So you might want to what is credit repair? So credit repair is this thought that you can have things removed from your credit report to increase your score and you know help you buy a house or a car or whatever. Um, and there's some legitimacy to the idea, but the problem is that it really only works when there are errors on your credit report. And granted, there are frequently errors on people's credit reports, but Um, just what I've seen from companies like Lexington Law, what they're doing is they're just disputing everything on your credit report, errored or not. And when these companies don't respond quickly enough, they get stricken off of the credit report, which you might think, hey, that's great. I get this bad debt off my credit report. Um, but it doesn't really do anything about your liability to the debt, and it can actually come back to harm you if that debt gets transferred to another collection agency and that collection agency then reports it on your credit to the credit bureaus. It shows up there for 7 years. Now, if the original debt had been there with the original default date and then it got transferred, then they would kind of combine those entries, and the dates would continue from the original default, or that's how it's supposed to work. Um, so by having this credit line stricken from your report entirely, there's nothing to match it with when a subsequent collection agency reports it on the credit bureau. So it winds up, staying there for 7 years. Um, the other issue I have with companies like this, and if you actually check them out online, you'll notice that the Federal Trade Commission and the FD, the Consumer Protection Bureau, the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, something like that, have brought claims or lawsuits against companies like Lexington Law, against CreditRepair.com, and a couple of other entities for their deceptive practices. Because what they're doing is that they're basically advertising mortgages, but they don't sell mortgages. So they advertise, hey, do you want to get a mortgage at 3.5%? And then they say, oh yeah, well no, you need this service to do that. And then they're signing people up for these monthly fees that they're not really doing anything of value for that person, and two, it's a deceptive practice getting them to agree to it at all. Another issue that I have seen recently, fairly frequently recently, is people coming in and thinking that they shouldn't owe this money anymore, and they don't understand why they're being sued by a credit card company when Lexington Law took care of it. All right, by taking care of it, what they did was they disputed it on the credit report and got it taken off. Well, again, that doesn't resolve your liability for the debt. All it does is it removes that item temporarily from your credit report. Um, Again, not legitimate tactics, not going to help you. So, just be very careful when dealing with companies like this. Make sure that you're dealing with reputable companies and that you're checking them out before you sign a contract. Um, if they tell you to go to a certain BBB website to check them out, it probably means that they've paid that BBB company a fair amount of money to give them a good listing. Don't trust the BBB. Go to independent agencies, go to federal agencies, go to your state attorney general's office, and see how a company is rated with those agencies. Companies like the BBB they will sell their ratings to the highest bidder. So that's all the time I've got. I've got an appointment waiting on me. So if you have any questions or concerns, hit me up on Facebook. schedule an appointment directly from our Facebook page. You can go to graftonfirm.com to schedule an appointment. Give us a call. We are still here answering phones and ready to help. Stay safe and stay healthy.